shift that is emerging within the luxury industry, and that is from made in China to created in China. For decades, China's role in the global luxury ecosystem was confined to two functions: manufacturing and consumption. Chinese factories produced goods for the European houses, while Chinese consumers accounted for an outsized share of the global luxury spend. That paradigm is now shifting. A new generation of Chinese luxury brands is emerging, not as imitators of the European aesthetics, but as creators of distinct luxury identity rooted in Chinese cultural heritage. The movement is encapsulated by the concept of Guchao or national trend, which reflects broader cultural turn towards domestic pride. This is not merely a consumer sentiment shift, it carries institutional backing also. The government edits encouraging the homegrown brands have created favorable operating environment, while China's maturing design and manufacturing capabilities provide the supply chain foundation. The scope of China Chic extends across all traditional luxury verticals: fashion, jewelry, automobiles, and fine wine. Icicle, which is a Shanghai based brand of high end fashion, is reportedly considering a public offering in Paris, a symbolic move that would actually invert the trajectory of Prada's Hong Kong listing a decade ago, and also signal China's arrival as a luxury exporter rather than merely an importer. China has three main competitive advantages. Let's go through each one of those. First and foremost is the pricing architecture. For China, the most immediate competitive level is price. Against a backdrop of economic softness and elevated youth unemployment, Chinese consumers are recalibrating their spending. A second factor is the cultural authenticity. Chinese brands enjoy a natural advantage in incorporating traditional motifs, heritage aesthetics, and cultural narratives that resonate with the domestic consumers. Jewelry houses can draw on centuries of goldwork tradition. Furniture houses can reference Song Dynasty's minimalism or the Ming Dynasty's craftsmanship. This cultural depth gives the Chinese brands an authenticity that the European competitors cannot easily replicate when selling to the Chinese market. The third factor is the proven playbook for global expansion. Now, perhaps the most consequential long term risk for the European incumbents is the potential for the Chinese luxury brands to deploy the same competitive strategies that have disrupted other global industries.